This is a story about falling in love and how one person can change the trajectory of your life. There's nothing quite like loving someone and being loved in return. The right person will build you up, pushing you to become the best version of yourself, while you simultaneously do the same. Two complete individuals who come together with a shared vision of life. This is why I want to take the time to share how our love began, because you, Britt, have done just that. From the very beginning, it's felt so natural. Definitely not easy, but I've always been drawn to a life with you. There was something special I could feel. Ever since our first trip, I knew you were not only the person I wanted, but needed. Let me take you back to a moment. An 8-day trip living in a 6x10 foot van, newly together. Some may call it crazy, but for us, we got closer than we could have ever imagined that week. Little did we know the rest of the world was starting to shut down because of the pandemic. But we were off without a clue. I think being closed off from the world is what drew us in. We became vulnerable, opening up to one another like never before. It was just you and me. This is what proved everything I was feeling. So I love your daughter a lot.
Yeah?
And Colton as well.
Okay.
So I'm just asking for your blessing to propose to her.
Well, we'd be proud to have you as a son-in-law. Well, right on.
Cool.
Right on, brother.
Love is a commitment. Every day was a chance to build upon what we had in our relationship. That's what made me fall for you. You're always there for me, no matter what. I wanted to create something special for you, a series of experiences to remember the day I asked you to marry me. This is what led us to a month around Europe, surprising you on our very last morning. It's the moment we went on our first date, grabbing coffee down the street from school. I knew you'd be in my life forever. From all the adventure we go on, to late nights editing and building our business, to the days we just sit down and do nothing. Although those rarely happen, I couldn't imagine not having you by my side. It's been amazing spending the last 3 years with you. I love you more than words can express. Will you spend the rest of your life with me? Our slowed down version of life is unlike anything I would have ever expected, but the entirety of what I crave now. The simple, ordinary moments I would once have taken for granted. But with you, these are everything to me. This is what led us to an insanely emotional week, filled with all the little moments in Portugal.
The way you love me in the dark and hold me when I fall apart. I tell you, but it's hard to explain. Can almost see the garden, the clothesline in the yard, and all the flowers that you're growing for me. I'm in your favorite sundress. There's something in the sunset, the colors, the glow and the shade.
Our relationship started at a time I was least expecting it, but I think there's something beautiful in surprises. It's honestly become a staple of us that we continue to live by, keeping us totally present in our connection, while we continue to challenge each other to stay true to who we are, growing into the people we are meant to become. Love isn't always smooth. It can be messy and confusing. However, at the end, it's still the most incredible thing that can happen to you.
So glad to make up till I found the real thing, not Hollywood love.
Our story is far from over. I really can't put into words what you entering my life has meant. I absolutely love it and can't picture it without you. Sometimes all it takes is meeting the right person to discover what you didn't even realize you were missing, but they seamlessly connect the pieces. This is what loving you has done, and this is just the beginning.